In this week's Fresh Produce Market Overview, we discuss why we can see some improvement this week in terms of demand, which is likely to support prices as we move into the next month, while weather keeps butternut and pepper prices volatile for now. All in this week's episode, so make sure to stay tuned. Hi, I'm Dr. Johnny van der Merwe and welcome to this week's AMT Fresh Produce Market Overview. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook where we look at the latest price trends and news, not only in the fresh produce markets of South Africa, but also in the grain and livestock sectors. The exchange rate strengthened to 15.56 Rand per US dollar, mostly due to the dollar that fell back a bit. The Brent crude oil price is rising sharply again, with the latest price at $120 per barrel. The big driver was demand from China, which picked up with restrictions being lifted. The European Union is still negotiating whether to ban Russian oil, which, if they do, could put further pressure on stock levels worldwide and push up oil prices even further, which can be very troublesome for our local producers, which are already burdened with extremely high input costs. Last week we saw low demand driving down prices on the markets, and there is, however, some improvement this week in terms of demand, which is likely to support prices as we move into the next month. Potato prices increased by 1% to 42.80 Rand per 10 kilogram bag, with the Class 1 potato price also lower on 46.50 Rand. Potato prices can increase this week due to higher expected demand. Longer term, we are expecting lower potato prices as we move to other production areas where more volumes and lower quality are expected, which can drive prices downward. The latest tomato price increased by 4% to 6.14 Rand per kilogram, while the Class 1 price traded high on 6.60 Rand last week. We saw slightly lower volumes last week due to the wet and cold weather, which can, coupled with higher demand this week on the markets, support the tomato price again. The carrot price decreased by 9% to 3.65 Rand, with the Class 1 price currently on 3.57 Rand. The reason why Class 1 prices are lower than the average price is that there are a lot of ungraded carrots on the market, and grading on some markets that's not reported accurately. We are expecting, however, that carrot prices can stay in a lower price trend, mostly due to lower quality on the market. The latest onion price stayed on its higher level, trading on 5.23 Rand per kilogram, while the average Class 1 price decreased to 5.42 Rand last week. Higher demand can keep prices on a higher level this week, but possibly prices that can start to decrease from there on out as volumes are expected to increase on the markets. The latest cabbage price increased to 3.23 Rand. The latest garlic price decreased slightly to 56.35 Rand. Spinach prices decreased by 11% to 4.02 Rand due to 20% higher volumes and lower demand, while the sweet potato price decreased to 2.40 Rand. The latest pepper price decreased by 13% to 11.28 Rand per kilogram, with higher volumes of yellow and red peppers currently driving prices downward. Lower expected green pepper volumes can result in higher prices over the next week or so. The latest butternut price traded on 4.06 Rand per kilogram, while pumpkin prices increased to 2.76 Rand last week. Butternut and pepper prices are very volatile and mostly driven by wet weather conditions, with both these prices likely to stay in a supportive environment due to limited supplies available on the markets. This section was brought to you by Nile Marketplace. Nile connects fresh produce buyers and sellers by providing a platform for direct and secure transactions. Their online solutions aim to solve issues such as price discovery, quality verification, payments, and traceability. Go check out their website now at Nile.ag. Also make sure to contact Andrew and his team at Halfway Toyota for the best prices and service in the country for the Toyota of your choice. When looking at the fruit markets, low demand on the markets mostly drove prices downward the past week. We are expecting most prices to decrease again this week due to limited expected demand, especially in the fruit market. The banana price decreased by 15% to 6.33 Rand per kilogram, mostly due to a 19% increase in volume sold, while the Class 1 banana price decreased to 6.78 Rand. Apple prices decreased by 2% to 6.61 Rand, with the Class 1 price on 6.92 Rand per kilogram. The pear price decreased to 6.57 Rand, with Class 1 pear prices increasing to 7 Rand last week. The orange price decreased decreased by 16% to 3.06 rand due to 26% higher volumes reported on the markets compared to the previous week. Class 1 oranges are currently trading on 3.45 rand per kilogram. Lemon prices decreased by 11% to 3.34 rand per kilogram, with Class 1 lemons also lower on 3.67 rand. The avo price decreased by only 4% last week to 11.46 rand per kilogram, despite 26% higher volumes reported on the markets. The Class 1 avo price is currently trading on 12.92 rand. Table grape prices increased by 41% to 28.82 rand, while Class 1 grapes increased to 31.85 rand last week, which was due to a 23% lower volumes reported on the markets. The latest pineapple price decreased to 6.13 rand per kilogram last week. Make sure to contact Halfway Toyota for the best prices and service in the country for the Toyota of your choice. This broadcast was made possible by Standard Bank, Nile.ag and Halfway Toyota. I'm Johnny van der Merwe and thank you for watching.